but I can do it all myself. What's up guys, Jason here, aspiring entrepreneur, and in this video I want to talk to you guys about something really important when it comes to building and scaling your business, and that is outsourcing. Look, I know that this is a very hot topic when it comes to whether or not it's worth it, when you should start a team, when you should just keep going on your own. And I think there's two big responses when it comes to outsourcing. So I want to talk about that, and then I want to talk about why you're actually going to hit a big income ceiling if you do not kind of heed this outsourcing warning. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's go ahead, jump right into the first two responses that people typically give me when I talk about outsourcing is number one, woohoo, yay, let's do it. Let's find someone, outsource all that stuff, and then like I'm just going to go sit on the beach and do nothing because they're going to run my business and make me tons of money. Woohoo! And then there's the other side, like, oh no, I've heard horror stories of people like ruining businesses, or there's no one who can do it just as good as me, right? And so those are two big opposite ends of the spectrums, and I think obviously they're both wrong. And here's where I think we can meet in the middle. Number one, when it comes to outsourcing, outsourcing doesn't mean you get to go sit and do nothing, right? You still have to manage that person. You're the leader of your team. Whether your team is 1 person or 10 people, you need to be in charge and following the processes that you've laid out for your team. And by following the processes, I mean making sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. On the opposite end of the spectrum, when you don't bring anyone onto your team, you fall into the trap of owning a job as opposed to owning a business. See, the big differentiator between being self-employed and having a business is one you can walk away from, the other you can't. If you're self-employed, you stop working, kind of like what I do with this YouTube channel. If I all of a sudden stopped working, well, there'd be nobody to record these videos, right? There'd be nobody to put videos on Jason Whaling's YouTube channel. So by and large, this YouTube channel is a job. However, when it comes to client work, on the other hand, if I want to go on vacation, my team can handle all the AdWords accounts. They can handle the Facebook accounts. They can handle creating social media content. So that part of what I do is a business. So I just give you an example to differentiate the two, and then show you that there are some things at the end of the day when it comes to your business, especially if you're building a personal brand, that you're not going to be able to outsource, right? It would be strange if I had somebody else come on my channel and just start doing all the videos for me. That would be weird. However, if I started a channel for my digital marketing agency, I could have whoever I wanted on my team show up there. And so here's my kind of look or challenge to you. Number one is to look for 2 or 3 things that you're doing right now that you think you could find someone else to do, right? And typically this is some lower level work that isn't hypercritical to your success. And then number 2, take 2 or 3 of those and go to something like Freelancer, Upwork, Fiverr, Guru. There's another one I just heard about, Conquer. Like, there are so many of these platforms out there for you guys. And so go to one of those and just try hiring a freelancer to do one thing for you. Just pick something from that list to do one thing for you. Another great way to do this is think about the stuff you really don't like. And again, I have a video on how to use Fiverr, and this is kind of an overlap of that one. But in that video, I talk about how it's important to look at the things you don't like and then find someone to do those for you. So that's another example of how you can use this whole outsourcing thing and kind of ease into it. On the other hand, if you're on the other end of the spectrum where you're like, yeah, just give it to somebody and, you know, go crazy with it, I encourage you to document the process that you want the other person to go through, because this hands-off approach to outsourcing, just saying, oh, they're the expert, they've got it, you do need to have some level of expertise in what you're asking them to do, so you know that they're actually going to do a good job. Otherwise, you just wind up hiring someone and 6 months later you find out that they're actually terrible or they were doing the wrong thing and you didn't really know how to evaluate their results. So that is just a quick video for you guys and why I think it's so important for you to outsource, because it's how you scale, it's how you grow. You're going to hit an income ceiling, and this is the big warning I talked about in the beginning. You only have so many hours in the day. Really, you can only have about 16 work hours if you're going super crazy, and even then, you're not going to be able to keep that up for years and years on end. And when you get sick, when you want to go on vacation, you know, when your son or daughter has a recital or they have something at school and you have to go to it, all of a sudden your business just comes to a screeching halt. And so this is the big warning. When your business comes to a screeching halt every time you have to go do something else, you're not building a business, you're just working a job. You're working a job you own, which for some people is totally fine. They like that. Me, on the other hand, I like to know if I take Sunday off or if I go to dinner with my family, my team is still working and it's still growing even though I'm still heavily involved in the business. And eventually, you just take baby steps towards being able to pull yourself completely out, and then the business just runs on its own, and you get to do all the fun stuff you like about your business. You get to focus on the things that you enjoy doing and the reason you got into business in the first place. So I hope you got some value out of this video and you kind of heed my plea of just try outsourcing. It's really, really important. Over on the YouTube channel, I have 2 playlists for you. Number 1, I have a playlist that documents the entire process of hiring someone on Upwork. It's in the link description. I encourage you to go check out that playlist. I go from A to Z. I mean, I even have a live case study of me interviewing someone. So the excuse of, I don't know what it looks like, or I don't know how to do it, completely eliminated with that playlist. The second playlist is called Fiverr Entrepreneurs. And that's essentially talking about Fiverr, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly, the glamorous, and everything in between on how to effectively use Fiverr to begin to learn outsourcing, to begin to learn to outsource, to begin to grow your virtual team. Again, if you need someone right then and there with you, you can, if you're in the US, you can use Craigslist. Wherever you are in the world, I'm pretty sure there's other services out there that you can use to, find a local intern or find someone if you need someone physically. But really, for 80% of the work you need, something like Upwork or Fiverr is going to work great for you. So I highly, highly encourage you to check out those 2 playlists. So if you got some value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you've had an experience, positive or negative, with outsourcing, go ahead and comment about that below. And let's all just help each other get out of this I have to do everything mindset and get into here's something that needs to be done, who's going to do it? Because that's where you shift from solopreneur to entrepreneur, business owner. So thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep building the business you love. Take care.